So you're about to start medical school. First of all, congratulations. Now, if you are one of those students, you likely have already sent me an email saying, hey, what resources or tools do I really need before starting med school? What should I buy? And what should I hold off on? So this is a video just for you. Let's get into it after this intro. Alright guys, what is going on? Lex here from the MD Journey, helping you succeed on your journey with less stress. Now, if you're a new med student, there's always going to be, do I need this? Do I really need that? Maybe I should buy this, somebody else is buying that. And so I just thought I'd make a culmination of all the things I wish I had bought and made sure were amazing resources at the start and things that I wish maybe I should have held off on. And this video in particular is going to be about tools that you want as a med student or as a student in general. And then in a different video, I can make some of the top resources for like a first year, second year, third year, fourth year. And also stick around to the end, because if you are a new med student that wants to know how to study efficiently, I'll be giving you access to a free video course at the very end. So make sure you stay tuned. But let's get into the top resources and tools you should buy before starting medical school. So let's start with the resources. Now I'm going to kind of go in no particular order, but I really just love this first one, and it is just an amazing backpack. Now, I started med school with a very chunky, bulky, ugly looking backpack, and although rest in peace, it did very well for me when it lasted, it just was too much. And sometimes students make the mistake of buying a backpack that's too small, too stylish. You want to have something that's modern, can fit your laptop, can fit your books without feeling too bulky, because you're going to be walking around with it all the time. And ideally, it can last you all 4 years of medical school. So every resource that I mentioned, at least that I personally used and still have to this day, will be linked down below in the description in case you guys are interested. But a backpack is definitely something I would consider investing in, especially if you have a worn down one from college. It's probably time you go ahead and get an upgrade. So speaking of upgrades, one thing that I avoided upgrading at all costs because of the cost was a reliable laptop. And I highly regret it at this point, because although I was trying to avoid buying those 1.5 to 2K MacBooks, which I had no money at that time for, I kept buying cheaper laptops that kept breaking. So eventually I realized as a med student, because you're on your computer and you rely on your digital technology so much, it's better now to invest in money to get the best bang for your buck. And I finally found my prized possession. So this is my HP Spectre. I can do a full review on this. Let me know if you guys are interested, but this is probably the best machine, honestly the best investment I've ever bought in my medical career, and that's saying a lot. I will put it down in the description below. It's just really slim, works super fast, battery lasts forever, and those are kind of things that you want as a med student. And honestly, it's cheaper than some of you Apple lovers out there. If I upsetted you, I'm sorry. I love Apple. It's just this laptop is a lot cheaper, but still does honestly more than a lot of those high-performing laptops. So again, I will put it down in the link in the description below. It doesn't matter honestly what you buy, just make sure it's a high quality. So look for battery power, look for space, because you're going to be saving a lot of different things on there. And I would look for weight too, because you're carrying it around a lot and you develop back pain. I'm already becoming old, man. So a nice light laptop can really take you far. Now, anytime we talk about laptops, people will always ask about whether or not they need a tablet. Hey, do I need an iPad? Do I need a Surface Pro? And I was fortunate right before starting my rotations that I was gifted an iPad mini by my mom, my wife's mom. And it's just been a lifesaver, just especially if you get a nice sized one. This is an iPad mini, again, linked down below, but it just nicely fit in my white coat. And so I would use it to have some really helpful apps on here, as well as some of my textbooks I could read during my downtime. And it's super efficient. You could type your notes without looking like you're kind of surfing the web. So it's a great resource to have, especially for your latter years in med school. But there are people who successfully replace their laptop for a tablet, especially for things such as a Surface Pro. And so you can use those. It's just a little bit harder to carry around. So I had a nice efficient laptop, and then I used this for a majority of my time on my rotations. So again, you could check it out. Is a tablet really necessary? Not per se. You could always use your phone, but it just makes things a little bit easier. Now, the fourth item on our list is something that every medical student will either buy or be gifted, and that is a stethoscope. Now, this is going to have a lot of personal touches to it, because you may want to have nice colors, or you have your name engraved, all of that doesn't matter. You just need to make sure it is high quality for you to hear. And I will drop in the link in the description, a blog post of all of the different stethoscopes that have been reviewed. Some of them get really fancy. Honestly, you can get away with a Littmann Cardiology, and maybe by the time you're watching this video, there's a different version. So I'll link all of those down below. But I have a Littmann Cardiology, works really well because basically you can put it down at a certain kind of pressure and hear certain noises, and then you can put it down even harder, just a little bit harder, and hear different tones. So it helps to differentiate between lungs and heart sounds as well as different kinds of murmurs. That's really what you need your stethoscope for. I unfortunately lost mine during my rotations at medical school, so I had to buy another one. So they're really expensive, so just make sure whichever one you buy is one, high quality, and two, that you always kind of have track of where it is. Now the last few things, again, these are tools versus resources, but I don't think I would be able to get through medical school without these, and that's just some high quality headphones. You can buy these relatively cheap on Amazon, just something that's noise canceling, that way you can study and your roommate doesn't disturb you, the people at the coffee shop don't, or at school don't. And I have Bose headphones, which again work really well. I can barely hear the plane when I'm taking a flight, but these will be linked down below. But you can buy any headphones you want, just make sure they're one, high quality, two, have a good warranty in case they break. That's pretty much it. Just be able to have something that just quickly plug in. I like the over-the-ear ones because I can't even hear myself as I'm talking to you guys. So let's take these off and let's get back to the video. Now, the last few things to mention is it's probably important to have some high-quality pens. I always lose my pens. I don't know about you guys, but I love these kind of Pilot G7s. If you love Pilots, you better comment down below because there's definitely a fan club that goes with it. I'm running out. But I usually will have a pack in my desk and then I'll replete as I lose them or kind of fall into those liver slivers of your car. So just having nice quality pens, because you will always be needing them and you will always be losing them, is really important. Now, the last thing, I'm just going to take you to my closet because it's easier to explain. All right, guys, so the last thing is really, I'm just going to give you an insight of my closet, and that is just having a kind of a multi-use closet and attire where you can just wear different things and quickly be able to be casual as well as kind of be able to dress up for your rotations. So I just have, as you can see, have a lot of dress shirts, a lot of ties, scrubs just in case, and then pants. That way you can just quickly mix and match with your shoes and just kind of having a wardrobe that you can develop over time. Ladies, sorry, I'm unfortunately not that big of a help here, but just having some kind of attire where you can quickly mix and match with without having to buy too many. I know I have a lot, but some of these are just kind of gifted over time, and I usually will buy them when it's on sale. So a lot of these I think I bought all together. But just having a multi-use kind of mix and match wardrobe is going to help you out a lot. That way you don't feel like you have to buy something during the next time you have an interview or an important meeting. So you just got an inside look of what my closet looks like. Most people don't get that, but hopefully you've enjoyed this video and all the different tools I recommend you have at your disposal. So that includes good technology as well as good gear, good outfit, just things that can make your life a little bit simplistic. All of the things that we talked about will be linked down below, aside from my closet, not for sale. But before we end the video, I just want to talk about two announcements. One is something we talked about at the start of the video, or at least I promised, and that is if you are interested in learning how to study better, down below in the description is a free 9-step video course that I kind of walk you through my own technique that I used during my first year of med school. And if you're interested in learning how I use that study technique to cut my study time in half and improve my grades, then check it out. Number two is kind of something that is going to be new to this channel, and it's going to be called the MD Journey Show. This is going to be great for any of you guys that are reaching out to me for personalized kind of help, saying, hey, I need help with step 1, or getting into medical school, I have these questions. If you're interested, I kind of want to do a video kind of interview or a podcast interview where I use the questions and coaching that I provide you to then be able to kind of help everyone else with those same questions. So if you're interested, all of the links will be in the description down below. Fill it out, and hopefully by the time you guys are watching this in the future, the MD Journey Show is a frequent kind of episode that we're publishing on this channel. So again, if you have any questions, hit that comment section down below. But before you leave this video, make sure you get some support. Hit that like button, actually smash that like button, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But thank you guys as always for being part of my journey. Hopefully I've been just a little help on your journey, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, my friends.